Blog Talk Radio.
Here at ACO Radio, American Communications Online, or any affiliated stations or websites are not responsible for what guest hosts or call-ins may say. All programming is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only.
Thank you, Thomas R. Becker of Valdosta, Georgia. He is our famous GM for me as a personal friend of mine in radio. He produces Revolution.radio with his team over there in Valdosta. I'm in Gulf Breeze, Florida, so welcome all you ground troops spinning around smartly on the planet. I'll try not to talk directly into the phone because I have a bad habit of doing that, and I need to get on my cell phones. But in the meantime, I'm going to introduce this and then set it down, and then I'll ask Suzanne if I sound too loud. But I don't know where to put the phone. It's got up and down. Well, this is TJ Morris ET Radio, and we're forming our Psychic Network Club again. And Suzanne of Orange County, California, has agreed to help me. She's been doing this stuff her whole entire life. I've always been considered one and worked in shows, but we both worked we both worked in clubs and we both worked in bookstores and companies. But 2020, there's a call from the universe to get us back out here, and another friend of ours on LinkedIn, an entrepreneur networker, got us together somehow, and it seems to be holding almost a month. So we hope you'll come and listen to us, and then people that call in will get a free mini reading because they're being part of our show, so you can see what we do as readers, and we hope you'll call us at home during this time for a future longer when you need it, and it may be $1, $2, or $3 a minute. We haven't established that because we get along with everybody else in the world, and that's sort of the going rate. So we're getting all that worked out, right? So we're building a spiritual science community, and I have a Patreon. If you want to go to patreon.com/join/Theresa J. Morris and look at what projects I'm willing to work on right now, and you can join my ACO club and help me produce and market and help us do more of these. But in the meantime, we're going to do mini readings, and Suzanne is a great reader. Suzanne Wyman, you may know her around California, but she got married, and it's Flynn now, Flynn, so she's using her maiden name and her married name. So it's going to be Susan Wyman Flynn for all you guys out there keeping up with your psychics in today's world. I'm Theresa J. Morris, but most of y'all know me as TJ. But as a reader, I used my higher self as Tara. And I haven't got to ask Suzanne and get to know her very well, so I'm going to ask her, and I'm going to put Esmond. I'll be back to Esmond in a minute. He called in for a reading, and somebody else did, too. But for Suzanne, so we can get to know each other a little better, sure. Help me out here on, you and me, and live calls are welcome and all of that to do free readings. But we're doing a little 2-hour show, folks, and most of y'all know that over 8 years. But anyway, I sort of have always thought of myself as a precognitionist, Suzanne, because it seemed like I could know things when I didn't have my cards with me, but it saved my life a lot of times. So, I'd like to talk just a few minutes about you and me and what makes us different, and then we'll get on. I used to tell people I like to visit with my psychic or people and then have them come on the last hour, but I came on an hour later so you could come on. Normally I come on at 7, folks, my time, 8 Eastern, but we're going to try it later. But people in New York seem to like me better later anyway, Suzanne, so just... tell people a little bit about how you do things and how long you've been in. It's sort of like the basic introduction to who you are and how they get in touch with you off air. So tell people who you are if you don't mind.
Oh, I'd love it. First of all, thank you, Theresa, for bringing me on and doing the technical work and organizing things and making it super easy for me to just come on and do the creative psychic work. I've worked as a psychic since 1982. I went back to school in 2015 and did a refresher in many areas, doing some intensive seminars. Some of my favorite people to work with at the moment are Carolyn Mays and Gene Houston, Michael Beckwith, and John Asseroff. Those are some of the best, most hardworking people. I consider myself an individual who understands the process of manifestation with great clarity. I've always worked as a psychic. If you look at my chart in astrology, I have a classic basket chart, which is the same sort of chart that Edgar Cayce had, and it is the mark of a healer. It is the mark of an intuitive, and I have the markings on my feet for a humanitarian, and I have the moon markings on my hands, and I also have the markings in my eyes in iridology as to having inherited psychic ability from my father's side of the family. So this is what I do. This is all that I've done. I like to use different tools. I've studied and learned a lot about tarot cards and archetype work, whether it is learning it through Freud's work, and I've also, my specialty, I think, that is one of my greatest pieces of expertise, is doing dream interpretation, the 8 different types of dream interpretation work. I teach dream interpretation work. I have a lot of really great friends that enjoy psychics, support psychics, and I have an artist community. My husband's an artist, and so I have a community of artist friends, and I also have a really great group of lawyer friends, and I have done parties, large parties, small parties, every type of party imaginable, and that is really a great way for somebody who has never gotten a psychic reading and simply wants to have their experience of sampling it. And when I do that type of work, I do palmistry, tarot cards, a teacup reading, and a signature reading, which is actually a form of psychometrization or a cell phone. Working on the phone, I've been working on the phone for, all psychics work on the phone, so that's sort of a natural placement of energy. And in that format, I use the vibration of the person's voice and listen very, very closely to how they describe what's going on in their life today. So I am sort of a workaholic personality in the land of psychics. I don't ever have to struggle to reach for that psychic energy. It's constantly available. I believe in the process of prayer and meditation and mastering meditation. I studied with Alex Lukeman. Alex Lukeman is the person who wrote What Your Dreams Can Teach You. Been republished 9 times, and he is currently the living authority on dream interpretation and what that really means. So, is there anything that I've left out? My grandmother taught me how to read feet. My grandmother also taught me how to read regular cards as a divination tool. And this is really my life. I just do this, and I do it for my work. I do it for my love. I do it for support. I have a great community of people that support and believe in me and encourage me. And the person who put Theresa and I together, which has been kind of an effortless connection, I feel like I know her without ever actually having met her, is a man by the name of Robert Butwin, and he contacted me through LinkedIn. And I was looking for somebody to talk to, and I called up Theresa, and the first thing I said to her, I said, "Are you a psychic?" And that was my very first question out of my mouth. And the conversation feels like it has never really ended. It feels like whenever I start a conversation with her, it doesn't have a beginning, a middle, or an end. It just goes. So I'm in love with that connection today. It's wonderful.
Wow. You're hired.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, really, folks, I can't hire, but I can't fire either. So we're just here, hanging out. Yeah, we're out here in the space. So I hope you guys can tune in. The call-in is 347-945-7207. And I enjoy having somebody with me. They always recommend you have a co-host or another person to talk to on Blog Talk. That's how I got trained here at Blog Talk. And another gentleman started me on this, and I never can remember his name. Brett, what was his last name? Brett. Anyway, you can go back if you're interested, go all the way back to the beginning of the shows. And there's a history of 8 years coming up on June, and a lot of them I deleted by mistake one day, including Stan Friedman's on the UFO Association. But anyway, I'm here, and Suzanne's here, and is this your third or fourth show? I should have numbered them, but like a series, but I didn't think to do that. Is this your third or fourth show with me? Do you know?
I think this is our fourth show together.
So we must have started in April, huh? I'll have to go back and look. It lists them, folks, and you can just go down and keep on the bottom of the screen if you go to blogtalkradio.com, and then it's /TJ Morris ET Radio. Go in there. A lot of y'all, they're listening on cell phones. But go in there, and there's a way for you to get on off of the screen. And I used to have Tommy or Janet help me, and Tommy was really good at this. And I used to have some other psychic people that came on to help me. And but Suzanne's volunteered on Thursdays, and we will figure this out, the best way for you guys to get to know she and I. But please write our names down, if you will. Come back and see us. But I know a lot of y'all just call in because you like Blog Talk, too. But we'll get started here and show you how the mini readings are done. And please, if you call in, know that you are being recorded, and they stay right here on Blog Talk for you to hear, or your friends. Or on the right-hand screen, there's a download. You can download them for free to your computer and listen to yourself over and over again. And people around the world have gotten to know me and say they like the psychic ones I did more than any of them, because they can pretty much get news anywhere. But they also like my paranormal and UFO show. So Saturday, I'm doing a paranormal show, well, sort of a mixture, with Ronnie Dawson. We just started. He said permanently on Friday, and I just like him. So, if you want to do a show, I could do 24-hour, but I don't want to be a 24-hour person. So I use live podcasting, and then you can get it 24 hours, so we still qualify. All right, well, that's us. So here we go. It's only about 12 minutes after, so that's not too bad. Let's see, I had Ronnie first. I had Esmond, isn't it, from Cleveland? Is that you, Esmond? You're back on.
Yeah, Esmond, yes.
Okay, well, Esmond, your voice sounds young, but tell me, what can I help you with tonight? Today is Thursday, May 14th, if anybody's keeping up with it. But tell me a little bit about yourself, or whatever it is that you want to let me know, and I'll do a mini reading for you.
I wanted to some information about a lady at work named Robin. She told me a little bit about her situation, that she stays with her baby father and whatnot. I just wanted a little more. What do you pick up from Robin?
Oh, you want to know a specific about a person, so I'm sure that we can try to help you with your situation. I wish I hadn't turned my light off in here. I'm used to doing meditation in here. Turn my light off. But I'm going to pull some cards and see what's up for you, everybody. I do past, present, future, and then sort of a path card. But I've also got a flower card, but that's not going to help you much. But let me see what I get on you. First of all, you're all about wisdom today, which is obviously what the card's saying. It says you're dealing with ending relationships in this particular time in your life, but you're working very hard in, I'll just tell you with the number 9, which to me is completion number, but Suzanne can tell you a little bit about now. The woman did come up, but it seems to be that she's very intelligent, but she's also about money, just so you know. Now, I'm just telling you, folks, I read law of I guess you could say the cosmos, universal. I do Akashic field, but I use these cards with the universe so I can have archetypes to give me an idea. But it shows to me also that you are stuck on decision making, and that's if you could see the cards, it'd be very obvious to you. But it looks like you need to think about your money situation, because I'm getting that the path you're on is not just about her and relationships, but in this day and time that you need to be thinking about